Hello and welcome back to Inquisitor Martyr. Last time we finished the Desperate Crusade priority assignment, and now we start a new one. Let's just keep going from the top. Poison Souls. Recently, a drug called Turquoise Rapture has appeared in several high-populated zones on this planet. It is a debilitating hallucinogen that causes erratic behavior and intracranial bleeding, casting the subjects into a catatonic state for hours. Some subjects commit gruesome crimes under the influence, but there's one truly worrisome detail as well. They all experience visions remarkably similar to those witnessed by void ship crews while traveling in the war. The Caligari Conclave demands an investigation. So everybody shares a hallucination. So it's like DMT. Analysis of orbital pick feeds has detected a heretic tribe in an abandoned Imperial facility. The presence of demonic entities has been confirmed. Resources for a full-scale purgation are unavailable, so the Ordo has opted for a surgical strike. Why does that... I feel like I'm getting deja vu from that. I swear I've read that before. We already have hundreds of pre-termination confessions from subjects, but the Arbites reports contain scant details. Investigative fieldwork is unavoidable. We'll try to lure him out, because large-scale purchase I don't think is going to work. The lure was successful. We have identified a criminal gang as the main distributor. They seem very agitated at the sudden appearance of a competitor. Now, the rival gang is now preparing to attack our reported headquarters with huge force. We are ready to spring the trap on them. Cool. Mutant gang... The mutant gang is ready to attack the decommissioned munitorium we chose as our mock headquarters. Supporting units are positioned well out of sight, ready to initiate defensive combat rituals. Man, that was... thought I was having a stroke for a moment.
Here you stand with a blissfully simple task at hand. Hold the line, butcher the enemy wave by wave, offer every cut of the blade, every blast of the gun, every scream of death to the God Emperor. You will have some resources for the defense. Use them well.
At your command.
Yeah, there's an event going on right now because of the Warhammer Skulls event, their announcement of stuff, where if I equip this unique ocular implant and find chaos engines that are specifically marked, I empower it. I'm probably going to do that just off-screen on another character, but pretty interesting. The actual Skulls event, I didn't really find anything worth noting, which is a little unfortunate, but kind of to be expected. It was a RTS, like a turn-based RTS game that's announced where you play as what looks to be the Grey Knights, and I thought, okay, that might be kinda cool, but I'm also not a fan of the Grey Knights. They've never been interesting to me. I think it's because they got so much plot armor over years that they're effectively the second coming of Ultramarines when it comes to plot armor. And I just find that really disappointing. Plus, the game's not coming out till 2022, so you can even look it up on Steam, and all they have is like in-engine renders. It's like, oh, this is gonna be so cool. I'm like, this means next to nothing. If we're being completely real, you can have the fanciest in-engine render, but your game can still suck.
Blessed be the one who revels in slaughter in the name of the God Emperor. There is more to come.
At your command.
Mines. And we'll put some mines back here. And Tarantula turret. But yeah, there wasn't a lot. They had... I'll admit there was one thing I thought was really cool, is Darktide is being co-written by Dan Abnett, who wrote Gaunt's Ghosts. So I'm really excited because I like his work, and he really... For people who write for Games Workshop, I think he's one of the best. And he really gives a good vibe for Imperial Guard. He knows how to make them seem very human.
Reloading.
And he at least seems to understand the source material quite well. He's definitely not a CS Goto kind of guy. Other than that, there really wasn't much worth noting. They had stuff for Hired Gun, which... I think that was just because Hired Gun came out, and so I was like, hey, we need to mention this. And that was really it.
But plenty more left to say. Use every resource to reinforce the perimeter.
Onward! Don't leave yet, guardsmen! Kill the Imperials! Onward! Don't leave yet, guardsmen!
The upside was there was a lot of sales for Warhammer stuff, though. I managed to pick up a bunch of Total War Warhammer DLC. I learned the hard way some of the characters I wanted to play have terrible starts, which was very brutal. But, at least now I have the factions and I can utilize them.
Now you'll pay, scum!
This defense has been going really well, actually. Other than the little bit they managed to light up the terminal. Short of that, it's been pretty solid. I haven't even lost a lot of guardsmen, which usually I'm used to them being wiped out, like wave 1. I could realistically shift these guys.
Like a man, guardsman!
You know, the more I think about it, I wonder if that's actually the strategy. You're supposed to shift them according to where you're being attacked.
Ready to fight!
Which actually makes a lot of sense. Feels a bit inconvenient, but whatever. But then you could also kind of shift them around. You have the turrets that can kind of gap fill. Even though I just stack all the turrets in a spot.
Loading.
I don't even think there's a point in... we'll do a quick run through just to be safe. The way this is designed, it makes me think there might be a room, or at least a chest somewhere. I doubt it, but I'd like to be sure. No, look like we're clear. Weird how those rooms kind of connected. By dismantling the criminal gang, the distribution of the drug will stop. Next step, Ordo savants have dissected the binaric and material evidence and come to the conclusion that the drug comes from off-world. The suppliers were identified as a band of void pirates. That kind of makes sense. But we will deal with that next time. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.